Nothing gets eyes on your product like a Super Bowl commercial, but it's probably fair to say that some brands fared better than others at this year's game. Bud Light is well known for its party-hearty ads, but for some reason its Super Bowl spot was a bit of a letdown. Sure, the spirit is, but there's no punch to it, and nothing to make you feel rowdy or thrilled, which is what a beer ad should do. The funny thing is that Budweiser's other commercials this year hit it out of the park, but this one just fell flat. Post Malone and Shane Gillis are great performers in their own right, but Spuds MacKenzie, they aren't.
This Cul-De-Sac's popping.
It's always nice to see the Muppets make an appearance, even if it's just for a commercial. This time, Kermit and the gang were promoting the travel site Booking.com by booking their perfect vacation homes.
What if we hate everything?
We have free cancellation.
This ad makes you want to escape on your own vacation and does its job in selling the company's app, which is all a good Super Bowl commercial needs to do. Dunkin' Donuts has scored more than a few Super Bowl commercial touchdowns over the years, including that multi-year campaign in which Ben Affleck worked their drive-thru as a coffee-slinging pitchman. Affleck appears alongside Boston native Jeremy Strong and his brother Casey for this latest campaign, this time with a sly reference to Strong's fondness for method acting.
Oh my God.
Hey, man.
Is that coffee? What are you doing in there?
I'm just trying to find the character.
Is the commercial funny? Well, yeah, sure, but is the humor kinda soured by how gross it all looks? Very much so. If you rate an ad's success by how much the potential consumer actually wants to use your product after seeing it, this one constitutes a serious miss. The best Super Bowl commercials play with audience expectations and turn them upside down in a fun way. Totino's does this with the adventures of the kiddie-pleasing mascot Chasmo, who's ready to head back to his home planet after making friends with a group of kids. Until…
What about us? Yeah, what about the dads? You got any gifts for us?
This is all just the right kind of goofy humor for a great Super Bowl ad, with a wink and a poke for ET fans to boot. Definitely a highlight among the many snack commercials on display at this year's game. Goofy is good, but foolish, not so much. The Reese's Lava Peanut Butter Cups ad during this year's Super Bowl basically sees a gaggle of people trying to enthusiastically throw themselves into a volcano because it somehow reminds them of the snack in question. And not to get all plot holy or anything, but that lava those folks are trying to burn themselves in doesn't look at all like the chocolate that comes out of those cups. This is one of those commercials where the concept ought to be funny, but it just makes the people involved look kinda ridiculous, and the product itself ends up paying the price. Budweiser can always be relied upon to bring audiences another one of their sentimental and humorous Clydesdale commercials, and they've done another outstanding job in 2025. This ad, which stars a pony who's apparently too young to make a beer delivery into town, was simple, sweet, and touching in equal measure. Set to the Bellamy Brothers' Let Your Love Flow, our hero's pastoral adventure is about as lovely as an equine coming-of-age story can get, and is more than worthy of Budweiser's past efforts. This one's a double whammy of bad. Not only does it do a poor job of letting you know what's being sold, but it also forces you to wonder how in the world a resurrected Randy Savage fits in with fellow pitchman Antonio Banderas. Of course, there's also the minor sticking point of Randy Savage being dead for the past 10 years, so it's more than a little odd that he's been resurrected this way.
Powerful power tools!
The way the commercial stacks up all of these elements doesn't exactly make you excited about refrigerators, but hey, maybe that was a tall order to begin with. Gordon Ramsay, Pete Davidson, and all-clad cooking pans shouldn't make a fun, interesting ad. Yet there's a whole lot of joy to be found in this year's HexClad campaign. The commercial sees Ramsay being herded into Area 51, where he's tasked with cooking for visitors from space, including Pete Davidson.
You're an alien? All famous people are aliens.
I'm not.
I meant like really famous people.
The end product is really fun, fast-paced, and good enough to make you wonder what all the hype is about. Ramsay also does a good job of acquitting himself with humor and panache. Top marks for this one. AI probably doesn't make you think of rolling fields of wheat, mom-and-pop shops, and family medical practices, but Google wants to change that with this Super Bowl ad. Sadly, this commercial ignores a simple sticky point. AI has the potential to be more expensive for small businesses and naturally harms other independent industries. To their credit, the folk at Google seem to be aware that people have their qualms about AI, and specifically what Google's use of the technology might mean for the world. But cloaking the entire process in a sheen of patriotic small-town Americana ignores its large-scale flaws, making the whole thing come off as simplistic at best. Some might call it the cheapening of a legacy, but Hellmann's Unofficial When Harry Met Sally sequel was one of the best ads of the night. The ad takes Harry and Sally back to the deli where Sally had her infamous moment of pleasure back in the 1980s. When Sally takes offense to a bad sandwich, a layer of Hellmann's gets her going once more.
I'll have what she's having.
It's a quick, funny shot of nostalgia that makes you laugh, and it makes sandwich spread look appealing. How's that for a successful ad?